What is industrial engineering? We can start by looking at some famous industrial engineers. First, there's Nancy Curie. She majored in industrial engineering and was a flight engineer in the 1990s for the space shuttle. And then there's Timothy Cook. He is the CEO of Apple Incorporated. He got his bachelor's in industrial engineering, and right after he graduated, he worked for about 12 years or so in a PC company. Then there's Lee Iacocca. He's the former CEO of Chrysler. He got his undergraduate degree in industrial engineering and worked at Ford Motor Company right after he graduated. And then there's Tom Landry. He's a former Cowboys coach but earned his bachelor's in industrial engineering as well. So simply stated, engineers, no matter what field they're in, are always looking to improve the quality of life. Industrial engineers, unlike other engineering fields like mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, they don't deal with so much of the technical side of engineering. They deal with more of the business side, with operations, supply chain, cost estimation, and the processing side of engineering. You can enter the workforce as an engineer with just a bachelor's degree, and you have 4 to 6 years to get ready for college. What does the future hold for industrial engineering jobs? In this bar chart, we see that there was almost a 10% increase in the last 10 years for STEM employment, while in the non-STEM employment, there's only been about a 7% increase. And what kind of salaries do industrial engineers make in the U.S.? Firstly, it really depends on what your education level is, how long you worked, and what company you're working for. In this chart, you can see that the bigger the company is, the more you get paid as an industrial engineer, and the higher education level you have, the higher your paycheck is as well. When we look at the Bureau of Labor Stats salary for the industrial engineers, we see that the median annual pay for an industrial engineer is about $78, $79. And we see that industrial engineers can work for federal, state, and local governments, such as NASA, technology companies, schools. The list is endless. So why did I decide to become an engineer? In middle school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Like most middle schoolers, I flipped back and forth between the medical field to being a librarian. But I knew that I was good at mathematics and I liked biology. And since I was homeschooled, I started taking junior college courses at Cedar Valley College in my sophomore year. And I enjoyed the biology and the math courses the most, which was a little earlier than most students. And I wanted to be involved in the medical field, but I didn't really enjoy the biology lab so much, or the dissections. So I found out that I wanted to be in the medical device industry since I like biology and enjoyed the real world math applications. And after talking to some IEs and doing more research on my own, I found out that I would be able to work in a variety of places, including medical industries, and help improve the processes of making medical devices. So during my junior year, I took more science and math classes at Cedar Valley College. I worked at a virtual math tutoring company writing math problems. I studied hard for the ACT, and now I am an industrial engineering sophomore at A&M University Commerce on the honors scholarship. So here's a little bit about what industrial engineering is. There's many focuses since it's not as specialized as the other engineering majors. So human factors. This aspect focuses on improving tasks, work settings, and processes for workers for the safety of workers and environment. Because as an industrial engineer, you're going to want to maximize your output as much as possible, but at the same take into account the workers' capacities and limitations. Then there's quality control. This assures that the error margins are met at a cost that is optimal for the company. Like, for example, how accurate do medical devices need to be? Like, for every batch of medical devices, how many can have defects and what kind of defects? Then there's operations management. This is talking about improving and maintaining processes in a business or industry and to strive for continuous improvement. All these factors go to improving the project profit margins. So to have a good company that's successful and has good processes and is able to meet their financial goals. So industrial engineers can work in a variety of businesses and industries such as Ford Motor Company, airline industries, especially in Texas, Amazon, Samsung, Walt Disney. There's many jobs. And then there's the Toyota company. So industrial engineering has had a good history with the Toyota company. There's been a socio-technical system since the 1900s called the Toyota Production System, and this focuses on organizing logistics and design for automobile manufacturers. It focuses on eliminating waste, consistency, and overproduction. Do you have to go to a top high school in order to be an industrial engineer? No, you do not have to go to the best high school in your state. Magnet, tag, and STEM schools are really good, but they're not necessary for success in engineering. You do have to take the right curriculum for engineering, and it's good to take business classes, your science classes like physics and chemistry, your programming classes, and a lot of math classes like calculus and statistics. Plus, classes like speech or debate or other extracurriculars like business clubs or robotics clubs are all good for your resume to give you exposure to what engineering is about. And we highly recommend summer college camps for middle school and high school students. There's robotic camps that are held each summer at your school or at a university that you should look for if you're interested in majoring in industrial engineering. So what are the top national universities for industrial engineering? Well, you have the Georgia Institute of Technology, the University of Michigan, and UC of Berkeley. And then for Texas, if you want to remain in the state, there's Texas A&M, University of Texas, and University of Houston, Texas Tech. And you can also start at community college and take your basics at a much cheaper tuition rate and then transfer to a larger school. So if you're able to take your Common Core, your basic English, your basic science, and your humanities classes, you can just transfer those to Texas A&M or Texas Tech and save a lot of money. And we also suggest that you strongly consider schools with strong internship and co-op programs to get you engineering experience and help pay for college with recommendations and scholarships. So the courses for industrial engineering, you need to take all your required degree courses and make good grades. We recommend that you also take language courses if you want to travel as an industrial engineer, such as Japanese, German. And you should take speech debate courses to become a good technical presenter of ideas and projects and achievements. And also to take some business project management courses in case you ever want to start your own engineering firm. And this can also help you go up the management chain in an engineering company. So the top companies for industrial engineering. The top global and national companies are Apple, Intel, Samsung, Google. You have IBM and General Motors, federal departments. And in Texas, if you want to stay local, you have Texas Instruments, Exxon, Houston, NASA, IT companies, especially in Texas. There's many options for you as an industrial engineer. And U.S. industrial engineers also regularly work in Japan, India, Europe, even some South American and African companies. So your choices just aren't limited to the U.S. if you ever wanted to travel. And you can also work with local companies in Dallas or Houston, El Paso or San Antonio if you want to stay local with family. And you need to do web searches to see current job opportunities like Indeed.com or Monster.com, other job websites that you can find people to network with and learn about other countries. Part to the right, you can see that you can sign up for Indeed.com to get job alerts about industrial engineering jobs that you're interested in. So for LinkedIn, this is a very, very resourceful tool because it helps connect you with your other employers and people that majored in industrial engineering. And you can see here that you can, on the sidebar, you see that you have the location chart. Hone in where you want to be in the United States, right here, San Francisco or Houston area. And then the companies that are available. You can see right here in Aquatech International, you see that they've got about 2,000 job openings. And over here to the right, you see that you can see job openings. For example, at American Airlines, they want a senior engineer that has an industrial engineering focus. I hope you've considered majoring in industrial engineering and learn more about it. So thank you for listening to our video and keep on learning.